months ago, I was saying to you, how are you keeping your
yeah,
house before? Now you're saying
now
it to
I
me.
say to you, yeah.
But apart from that, 12 months ago, we were no more Park in Portlaoise, watching Dublin against Kilkenny. Everybody thought the Dubs would give it a real good shot. They were well beaten that night. It was a big setback. Went out of the championship fairly tamely after that. Where are they now, 12 months on from
Well,
that?
sure, that's the question. That's going to be answered tonight, really. You know, after that great year, they put all their eggs in that one basket last year. And, you know, they ignored the league, really. And they came into the game against Kilkenny. Many people fancying them to beat Kilkenny, including myself, I would say, because they had been going so well. Then they flopped, you know. And most emerging teams meet a day when they flop, you know. But it's how they reacted that flop was very disappointing, because they went to Ennis a few weeks later and they were an absolute shambles, totally disorganised. About 5 fellas taken off just after half-time. Luckily enough, they were in the second division after that, and they got a chance to steady down. And they did steady down and won the Division 1B, you know. Lucky enough maybe in the game against Limerick. But then, to the disappointment of every hurling person, they flopped again against Tipperary. So now, no more flops can be accepted. You know, they come here tonight into Wexford Park, a team they have beaten well in the league earlier on, and they just must produce the goods tonight. Now, it's a much better day than this time last year, but there'll be no excuse for them. And I think their team is better set up tonight, if it lines out according to the programme, of course. That's another big thing, you know. Whether they line out according to the programme or not, we just don't know. But the bottom line is, Michael, they have to do tonight.
They do, but the other thing about this from a Wexford point of view, they are in something of a similar situation in terms of trying to restore their credibility in hurling as well, Eddie. And speaking of not knowing the Dublin team, there's all kinds of changes on the Wexford team.
Yeah, I think from a point of view of trying to call this match this evening, it's a real banana skin, because both teams, we just don't know. The form book hasn't been there for either of them. We'd have, you know, everyone would have felt that Dublin had a great opportunity to have a cut-off tip. They were a disaster. You know, there was talks of heavy training in the run-up to that. Wexford, then, we're looking at the team. We can only assume that both teams will know what team was going to start and that these were dummy teams, a bit like Ger back in the day.
Never as bad as that. No, never as bad as that.
It's like a game of chess here at the moment, with them trying to outmanoeuvre each other. There's even the latest one now is that possibly Conal Keaney might be centre back for Dublin. So I suppose till the ball is thrown in, we're not going to know who's going to face who. But both teams certainly on a mission here tonight. I think there's probably a little bit more pressure on Dublin. I think Wexford can really have a cut here this evening. If I suppose Anthony Daly needs his troops to deliver this evening.
Well, at a different level over the last few years, so you know, but you never know. It's a great evening, and it's great to see championship hurling being played in weather like this.
Wexford won the toss, and they're playing from left to right in the first half. Whatever light breeze there is, which is very light indeed, will be backing them for this opening 35 minutes. So they're looking to make a bright start. Rory Jacob, the first man to get his hands on the ball in an attacking position, and he drives it over the bar. Only 15 seconds were gone when that went over. That's the perfect start.
Yeah, and Rory Jacob has done that so many times over the years. Just one quick look, great score. And I see Conal Keaney is back centre back for Dublin, and I'm just looking to see where Liam Rush has switched to.
Onto it, stopped initially there, well by the centre half back. And Wexford managed to get the ball away. It's a poor clearance, however, as far as Johnny McCaffrey will be glad to be playing back out around midfield again. Great catch in there, dangerous moment, and the referee from a distance allowed play to continue, and it scrambled in there, and a dangerous moment for Mark Fanning, the young goalkeeper, and the 22-year-old holds on to possession. Well, that was a great chance for Dublin and a very, very scary moment for Wexford.
Yeah, great catch there. I think it was by Conor McCormick, held up. I thought the goalie picked it off the ground there. He did, yeah, picked the ball clean off the ground. Two umpires looking, and should have been a free.
That ensured promotion. This one he will tap over the bar, and he will tie up the scores in the very early stages of this quarter-final match here in the Leinster Championship.
Which was only 20 years of age. And that half-back line of Dublin, Liam Rush, Conal Keaney and Michael Carton, on paper very, very strong. And that's over the bar again for Joey Boland.
Comes. And that's Joey Boland trying to get to it, couldn't hold on to it. Across there came Kieran O'Shaughnessy, one of the debut players. 3 debut players making their starts here in the championship for Wexford today, as we watch Mick Carton from a fair old distance out hammer this one over the bar. Well, his 38th championship match tonight. Mick Carton will be delighted with that one. From a long distance out, and now Dublin lead by 2.
One in space up in front of him, he hit the ball harmlessly wide from 70 yards out.
Back once again with Dublin in their own half-back line. Johnny McCaffrey, huge one way down. McCormick comes, gets, has a shot, and that one's gone over the bar. Conor McCormack, who's a student at DIT, getting his first point in this championship. Got loose, swung it away off his left and beautifully over. And this time it's David O'Callaghan who's on the ground. McFanning almost blocked there by Dotsey, but it comes back out towards Richie Keogh. Liam Rush, who's gone back in there towards centre half back. There's no way through. Boland swiftly directing this one out towards the wings. Out goes David O'Callaghan, out from corner back, across to Danny Sutcliffe. Dublin are loading it. This is from 65 metres out, and that is a peach for Wexford. But it's picked up here by Garrett Sinnott, UCD student. And the final drop there is by Jack Guiney, and Guiney puts it over the bar, and another UCD man. And it's going to be Jack Guiney. Got a goal in 3 last year at this stage, and this time it's beautifully over. This one, and put just 2 between them. As you can see, 17 minutes into the match. Looks straight. Well, he had the distance, but not quite the accuracy. But Rory Jacob has ideas about putting it over from the resultant ball that dropped his way. And a second point for Rory Jacob. And now it is 6 points to 4.
Yeah, lovely score. You can just see there that he brought the ball down. He's not a big man, used his hurl.
And once more, it's Johnny McCaffrey. Down here towards McCormack. Turns well. Looking for a bit of space here. Not much leeway available there. Turns it inside beautifully as far as Shane Durkin. And Durkin with another lovely point for Dublin. Sweet as a Wexford strawberry, that one. 7 points to 4.
Yeah, I think Shane Durkin playing in the middle of the field.
In by Andrew Shaw. Huge one down once again to Rory Jacob. In against Shute. An experienced campaigner, Rory Jacob. Drops well in there as far as Podge Doran, and Doran was challenged unfairly, the referee. So Jack Guiney, no trouble with this one. It's his 3rd of the match. Schute's under pressure again here. Does well this time against Rory Jacob. Steps inside, having lost his hurl this match, because the heat is up around 22 degrees still, I would imagine. Joey Boland striking it, and Joey Boland's landed it beautifully over to his midfield partner John McCaffrey, and that's gone to the right. No need for technology. Expected from them last year. Richie Keogh landing this one in there. Jacob kept it in play, but only to benefit Peter Kelly. Pursued by Podge Doran, but he manages to get the ball given. So once again, Joey Boland. Straight between the posts once again. Stage forward towards Owen Quigley. Didn't really touch it on, but it does reach Podge Doran. And the big man strikes and puts it over. His first point ever in the championship comes in the 27th minute, and it's 9 points to 7.
Yeah, and Jared Owen Quigley didn't touch the ball, but that's the point. He let it.
Due to play football tomorrow. Cut out here into challenge once again as Paul Shute gets it out. Dublin hand pass their way and get it forward once again. And it's finally David Tracy who wants to get among the.
Terrible miss again there, and Dublin just a little bit casual, I think, in the last 10-15 minutes.
McCormack comes, 3 men near him, kicks it forward. Tracy trying to make amends on as far as Sutcliffe, and Danny Sutcliffe this time striking and putting it over. A second for Danny Sutcliffe in this first half. So now it's a 3-point game once again. Every time Wexford managed to get a bit of a run of points together, back come Dublin, score after score. And that's 10 points now in the opening 28.5 minutes. Well, Leachin is in before half-time. That's interesting. He was originally programmed to start. Played with the under-21s here last Sunday against Westmeath, as we watch Owen Quigley kick it forward. And there's a push in the back this time. It's by Peter Kelly. He was all over the attacker. Just watch this once again. That was Jack Guiney going down. Kelly almost apologetic.
Yeah, definitely a free.
And he's a very good free taker. Having a good match with those frees. But he has very, very little hurling really done in terms of match preparation for this, because of the with 2 or 3 Dublin players after him. That was a high challenge. Referee says play on. He does. It's inside. It's Guiney. It's a goal. Jack Guiney gets his 3rd ever championship goal for Wexford with 30 minutes gone, and Wexford lead by 1-8 to 10 points.
And that's an absolutely brilliant goal. Owen Quigley has done a lovely touch from Jack Guiney, and you were saying Jerry hasn't hurled much, but he is a hurler, he's a natural hurler. Beautiful touch onto his hurl, turned inside, knew where the space was and crashed it to the net, and that's what Owen Quigley brings to a team. He's so unpredictable, he hasn't been in the game, but once he got a chance of going through, he saw the pass, gave it, and a great goal.
Goals against Offaly, Carlow last year, and now one here against Dublin for Jack Guiney. Wexford by 1. Now can they take that lead into half time? Here's Johnny McCaffrey. Sutcliffe again. Played down. This time it's the cornerback Owen Moore who goes there, along with Ryan O'Dwyer. O'Dwyer trying to go forward, almost held back, and the referee does eventually blow his whistle. There was that clash of heads earlier on, and the helmets caused the damage, and he's now going to have to go off for the second time.
I actually think he kind of fell in over the ball here. He's a very brave type of player. If you watch him held back and just caught heavy there.
Fell against Kieran Kenny. So once again it'll be Niall McMorrow who will come on as so far, going this way and that against Keith Rossiter, and strikes another one off the near post this time. This one goes wide. Well, takes on Mossy Waters. Awkward angle. Now what's the end product here? Across there came Kieran Kenny. The challenge was high, and the referee has blown his whistle. He's probably going to have a word there with Kieran Kenny for that. Watch the number 4 coming across, and any kind of a head-tie challenge like that, and the referee will penalise it.
Well, it isn't. It should be a yellow card. I don't know if he got it there, but he made no attempt. He broke the hurl, yeah, and the referee rightly so given the yellow card. And there was no need. All he did was give him a fair shoulder, knock him out over the line.
Well, the referee is offering an explanation. Now he's showing the card. He's got 5 points already in this match. The first of them was in the early stages. And this one, straight over. Again, the hand passes backwards as far as Peter Kelly. Into the second minute of stoppage time, Andrew Shaw goes across to try and contain Conor McCormack. Shaw is 23 years of age, needing the assistance of the man who's just been yellow carded, Kieran Kenny. Under pressure, Dublin advance. Maybe the last attack of this match. That's a good looking shot, and that one has gone over the bar. Really good point, once again by Danny Sutcliffe, his third. And Dublin lead by 12 points to 1-8, close to the half-time whistle.
Yeah, and I think the feature that we mightn't see it again would.
You know, the first 15 minutes belong to Dublin. Their half-back line cleaning everything out, delivering great ball into the forwards. As well as that, playing with confidence in the first 15 minutes. Then the Wexford half-back line took over, and our midfielders, and the game changed around completely. And you could see Dublin's confidence starting to ebb away. And the goal really shattered their confidence completely, and it led to a lot of wides after that. So how Dublin play now in the first 10 minutes of the second half will be absolutely vital, because if they continue the way they have played in the last 10 or 15 minutes, they're going to be in serious trouble.
Eddie, for periods of that first half, as Ger said, Wexford are kind of struggling a little bit in various places. Made a few changes, made a lot of changes before the match, obviously, 1 or 2 during it, but they seem to have steadied themselves down, even though they are a point behind. Yeah,
we're just looking at the shape of Dublin here at the start. The 3 full forwards seemed to play very close to the square, and the ball was being flown out in front of them. They'd break, a bit like they did in 2011 in the league final.
A lot of pressure coming in from the Dublin forwards. Finally, Owen Moore belts it down, 60, 70 metres down. The opposing goalkeeper is required. Gary Maguire. Rush chasing after it, hitting it first time, ground hurling for a change. Don't see too much of that anymore. Back in once again it comes. Harry Keogh, and that one's gone over the bar. Harry Keogh.
That's a super score, Ger. Ball out here on the ground. Great pick up by Harry Keogh. Shows great strength and fitness back up off the ground, and a great strike and over the bar. And see,
really connected properly at all, and it's cleared out of defence by Owen Moore. Hurling hasn't been great at the start of the second half. Let's hope it improves. Danny Sutcliffe left it behind. Garrett's in it. Throw it back down. Huge one in towards Rory Jacob, trying to go after it. So too is Conal Keeney. Keeney leaves it there, then tries to go down on it. Surrounded by it quickly. Does so, but only straight as far as Dotsy O'Callaghan. And David O'Callaghan underhits it. Really missed opportunity, never really connected properly at all. And that's cleared away down once again by Mick Carton. Up there towards Conor McCormack. Spills on as far as David Tracy. Well, not the most fluent start to the second half. 5 minutes of very poor stuff so far. Eventually, Keith Rossiter gets it away, and the referee sees a Dublin player, 2 Dublin players in fact, on the ground. And he's got a call across to him. He's got a yellow. Well, we need to have a look at what happened, if there's any possibility of seeing just what attracted the referee's attention to him. Oh yeah, he swung back the hurley. You could see there just as Keith Rossiter was clearing it away from him. Lucky to get away with just a yellow.
Well, this is it. See, you know, it wasn't particularly malicious, but if it's striking or attempting to strike with the hurl, it's a red card, so he can count himself, I'd say, very lucky under the interpretation of the rules.
Once again to Dublin, which Joey Boland's ready to take. He got 6 in the first half, and now he's got a 7th point. Durkin back in here, and they might be in further difficulty. McCormack, oh, well stolen away that time by Mossy Waters, and the young goalkeeper Mark Fanning can thank his fullback for not letting him down there, because there could have very easily been another goal conceded. And this time it's Joey Boland, and it's over the bar. An 8th point for Joey Boland, the first one to come from play. But all of that coming from
20 minutes before half time, great, some very good hurling, very competitive, but since half time it's all running with the ball, hand pass and running into trouble, and that's really the first little bit of open play we've seen.
So a chance to put one between them, and that's Jack Guiney with his first point of the second half, and he's now got a goal and 5 runs in the boxing. Wasn't able to continue, and Ryan O'Dwyer is hoping he will in the hurling. Meanwhile, Joey Boland shoots, finish off with a shot on target. Not if the Dublin midfielders and halfbacks have their way, grouping around, but Owen Quigley manages to get onto it, and passing it back towards Lee Chin. Chin goes after it, foul committed.
He's strong, very fit, and he's won 3 or 4 good balls around the middle of the field and made a big difference to Wexford.
It's surprising, he was picked in the team originally like quite a few others and didn't get the start. Jack Guiney did, and Jack Guiney here on towards Garrett Sinnott again from Owlart. Back down once again, 1 against 2, and the one is Padge Doran. And there for Dublin, Niall Corcoran. The reinforcements arrive, and this is Owen Quigley, and Quigley has put it wide. Promising situation.
The team wants to win it. No one kicking on. You know, a lot of bad hurling since half time, and I think, you know, certainly if a team got a goal, no, really put them into the driving seat.
Ron O'Dwyer's back again for Dublin. He's wearing number 30 this time. He'll be through the entire set of spare jerseys very shortly. That's retained very well back there by Kieran Kenny. Back out here as far as Richie Keogh. Big one down, caught beautifully in the air by Owen Quigley. Very illustrious name in hurling in Wexford. All the way down, Guiney's onto it. Guiney shoots, comes down off the post. Gary Maguire gets passing across here. Rory Jacob in the end, and finally it goes over the bar. There had to be a point at the end of all of that. The fans were getting frustrated. Now there's a sense of relief around Wexford Park, because Wexford have drawn level here with 52 minutes gone. It's Wexford 112, Dublin 15 points. To Richie Keogh, who just has to adjust his footing. To Lee Chin from inside his own 65-metre line. He's not going to go for a score from there, is he? Well, it dropped short anyway to Gary Maguire. The inside forwards won't thank Chin for that. Could have been a better ball. Comes out here as far as Padge Doran, surrounded by Dublin players, trying to lay it off there to Lee Chin. In turn, he's looking around to see who's available. Outside was Garrett Sinnott. And the final shot has gone over the bar. In fact, it is not Garrett Sinnott, it is Jack Guiney who's got it. Jack Guiney has got 1 goal and 7 points now. He was loose, he was free for just a moment. That's all he needed, and he makes it Wexford 113, Dublin 15 points. It's Rory Jacob inside this time, and it's Sinnott, no mistake about it. He's put it over. Pointed each half for Garrett Sinnott, and now Wexford, backed by a big support here, are really beginning to turn it on and show what they're capable of.
Well, Jared had the 2 most natural forwards on the field, Jack Guiney and Rory Jacob, maybe Danny Sutler for Dublin, but
Keogh's ball is going to drop very short again. This is the second time in the last 5 minutes that Gary Maguire has been able to pick up a loose ball like that. An over-ambitious attempt of a pass, a poor pass indeed. Eventually Joey Boland striking, and he's put it wide. And it's in there as far as David Redmond. Redmond tries to take off. Lee Chin's going after it. Here he comes. He's got a gap. Look at the pace. Look at the man go. Now turning. Oh, what a great save by Gurney Maguire. Brilliantly done, but there was a point for the taking. Well, I think Lee Chin was so energised by what he'd been managing to do. Getting into that space, getting there in front of the Dublin goal. He felt good about it, but he might have taken a point. Instead, it's Dublin who come back down the other end of the field and apply the pressure themselves. Coping there is Mossy Waters. Hand pass back as far as Owen Moore, and Moore way down towards Chin again. Reaching up into the sky for there was Conal Keaney, couldn't take it. And after a good start to the game, he's had a very moderate match, Keaney. Trying to achieve a lot more, however, is Mick Carton, solid as ever. About to be challenged and fouled almost there by TJ Nolan, but he managed to get the ball away. And that ball has run away. Johnny McCaffrey, Chin's taking off. Needs to look up now and find a colleague. He's got support players right and left. Still he holds it. Oh dear.
And all he did was give it on a simple score, and we're not seeing enough of that.
This is an easy chance now. Sutcliffe set it up. The strike is by Simon Lambert, and he's put it wide.
A couple of examples in Thurles last Sunday, free's been given for the same thing.
In the end, it's taken out of here by TJ Nolan. Wexford have a chance now to set up a scoring opportunity. Back once more he comes with Garrett Sinnott firing it, and this time it drops over the bar. A third for Garrett Sinnott.
And Jared, that's the difference. Garrett Sinnott has scored 3 points from play, Rory Jacob has scored 3 points from play, and Jack Downey has scored 1-2 from play. Only 2 Dublin forwards have scored from play. Conor McCormack 1 point and Danny Sutcliffe 3 points, and they were all in the first half. No forward from Dublin has scored in the second half from play.
Dublin were raging hot favourites to win this. 7-2 on, apparently, the bookmakers had them at. They may win yet. A late chance for Simon Lambert, and it's gone wide. Coming as it does with 5 minutes to go. He's had 2. Once again, Dublin gather, collect, driven back up once again. And that's over the bar. Really good point. And it's Mick Carton who's got a point in each half now.
Yeah, that's a brilliant score. I have to say he's been absolutely outstanding for Dublin. Dominated every. I think there's been 3 or 4 different players on him. He's had a brilliant game.
Mark Fanning going long again. He's had a couple of short ones. Dublin pick up the loose ball. Johnny McCaffrey. And pass inside here to Simon Lambert. All the way up there. Dangerous situation for the Wexford backs to contain. Chute. Dillon! He's the man with the goal touch. He's broken hearts before here in Wexford. Dublin fans celebrate because after 67 minutes, it's Dublin who shoot back into the lead by 116 to 115. And that was a rasper once it broke loose.
He called it Jaron Furness when he came on. Great finish, and now puts Dublin in a very unlikely situation that Dublin are now leading the game.
Here come Wexford once again. Garrett Sinnott once again, and that's over the bar. Now we might have a decent finish the last couple of minutes. 4 points for Garrett Sinnott. And the match level, 116 to 116. He robbed that one, stole away, and drove it off his left and over.
Yeah, that's great leadership.
First half, nothing in the second half so far. Back towards Johnny McCaffrey, darts around one player. Now into the centre here, once again across towards Paul Ryan. Ryan goes away, they didn't start him. Can he finish with a point? He can! And Dublin lead. And it's Paul Ryan who's got it. Came in as a second half sub for David O'Callaghan, dodged past Richie Keogh, who couldn't challenge him properly, and now Dublin lead in the 70th minute by 117 to 116. Is there a comeback for Wexford?
Well, they were very pleased by the contribution of their subs. Eamon Dillon with the goal, Paul Ryan, their starting forward line didn't function at all outside of Danny Sutcliffe in the first half, and great intervention in the last few minutes, and they've taken over.
Do Wexford deserve to lose this? They've got a free. That time it was the man who's